What's up, guys? This is Ringside Geeks, your home for all of the awesome, the incredible, the phenomenal talk in professional wrestling. My name is Dave. Joining me this fine, warm, wet, rainy night. It's not night. We're raining right now, but it's been a wet summer so far. A wet, hot American summer, you might say. Classic. Joining me is Tom.
Hey guys, I am back.
And also joining us, the man, the myth, the legend, the match star maker, Maeve Deltzer, aka John.
What's up, guys? The champ is here.
So it's been an interesting week, to say the least. There's been cool tapings and debuts. There's been interesting pay-per-views in WWE, and then there's been legal lawsuits being fought on Twitter about trademarks. So we got lots to talk about. So let's talk about great balls of fire.
Talk about those balls.
Scorecard results. We'll dig into this. We're missing Monroe tonight. She's dealing with some family things. So this show is dedicated to Monroe and her family.
Hey Monroe, miss you.
Thinking about you.
So she'll be back hopefully next week, but there's no rush. So we'll let her deal with everything going on, and then she'll be back for sure. But scorecard results, it's probably best she's not here for this. All right, so last place was Monroe with 44 points. He doesn't have the what the potential could have been. Like how many are? Yeah, I don't see it anywhere on here. I'd have to add it up, but I don't have time for that. Monroe had 44 points. I had 57 points. John had 70. So John is our winner.
Wow.
The Great Balls
of Fire.
And I want to say a big thanks to everybody who joined Monroe and myself for our live stream reaction. First time we did it on YouTube.
That was very cool.
It was a good time. Next time, maybe John and maybe Tom will join. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, I was just too tired.
Here for Battleground.
Even if it's not video for any of them, they can all join in audio. And we'll just do reactions. To the troll who jumped in at the last minute of the stream, I'm not going to illegally stream the pay-per-view for you. Get $10 together. Get the network.
Yeah, I saw that crap.
2 Lincolns, bruh. 2 Lincolns.
Don't come back, please.
Tell your friends. So let's talk about the card itself. It wasn't a terrible event. Some duds, in my opinion. The Enzo Big Cass was a huge failure. I just did not care. Miz and Dean wasn't great. I mean, it was another one of their matches, is all I can really say.
I will say, just because I wasn't on here, the Cass Enzo feud, I like what they did with the kind of the turn and the build up, and I thought they both did pretty good mic work with it, and I think they sold it pretty well. For those two, I thought it was a pretty good job. The match, not so much. Because you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, there was no way Enzo was going to...
No way.
And now, reportedly, backstage, people are not happy with Big Cass because he's a huge Trump supporter.
Yeah, I read that. But they're also not happy with Enzo.
And Enzo got kicked off the bus Miz style.
He got mizzed.
He's not allowed...
By Roman Reigns, of all people.
Yeah, the guy. Kicked him out. Yeah, he's not...
Get off of my butt. No, this is my bus.
I don't know what happened on the bus, but he didn't get let into the locker room on Raw, I believe.
Yeah.
So he got mizzed. Tom, explain the Miz story.
The Miz story. I forget who it was, but when he was just coming in,
like ECW days.
Yeah.
It was Benoit.
They wouldn't even let him.
Oh, it was
Benoit.
He had to dress and change and everything in the hallway.
It was the Rabid Wolverine.
Chris Benoit.
And you know what? Knowing that story about Miz to where he is right now, I have tons of respect for what he's become in this business.
Yeah, he didn't let JBL kick him out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I got respect for Miz for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. All right, instead of focusing on the negative, but there is a negative, and I'll get to it at the end of our conversation on the next segment, but match of the night. John, what was your match of the night?
Well, you know what? I really like the Sasha and Alexa match.
Yeah,
Thought
buddy.
that one was really well. I thought Sasha did what she always does. She brings out the best in her opponents, and that's what she did for Alexa. Alexa needed that match really bad. It kind of put her back on track, put her back on the map as a legitimate, champion and someone who deserves to be where they're at.
A heel.
Yeah. But for me, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but my favorite match was the ambulance match.
Really?
And if not for any other reason but that spot alone where Strowman like hulked up and sold the chair shots and was like, "Hit me, you son of a bitch." That was the coolest thing. I jumped out.
He did mark out via text to me about that moment. It was pretty awesome.
I did go back and watch. I did go back
laughter.
and watch the show. So
And the spot where he speared himself into defeat.
That was great.
That was awesome.
We're going to talk about the booking of that match and the future booking or potential future booking. That's part of my
Well,
mind.
it was more the aftermath that I didn't. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a very Attitude Era-ish angle, and it depends on how you feel about the Attitude Era. But I mean, to me, it just little too soap opera-ish.
There's a lot of that Attitude Era. Type,
it's coming
type
back,
things
man.
coming.
I don't know
coming
what's
in.
going on.
I don't know if they've rehired some writers, but yeah.
WrestleMania is running wild.
Right. Tom, match of the night for you.
I definitely was. For me, was definitely the ambulance match because I just thought they sold the spots so well, and it made Braun just look just Braun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, for me, match of the night was definitely Sasha Alexa. For all the same reasons John said, Alexa was elevated.
It was a great match.
Alexa was elevated due to Sasha. And it can't be understated that these two have real good ring chemistry.
They do.
Dude, and that double jointed arm thing, she did it before and she did it again.
I didn't know she did it before, and the chat room had to remind me, and so did Monroe. I freaked out. I'm like, oh, that's gross. What's happening?
That's good though. That's the reaction
she sold
you
it.
should have to
She
It's
sold
perfect.
it perfectly.
But it's perfect for a heel move. I mean, who would think of that?
Well, you can't do it too often.
No.
She did it probably once on SmackDown and once now on Raw, so it's not going to really work anymore. But it was good. And I heard her segment on Raw, she did some more newer heel tactics than she's done before in the past. So I think these two are good together. Whether or not rumors are true about them not liking each other in the back, I don't know if that's true or not. I think they're just all in on this angle because it does bleed into Twitter. And that's good. They should, at all aspects, not break kayfabe.
Well, it's very rare that you go into a feud and they're your best friends. I mean,
right.
But
I mean, respected colleagues,
some
but
kind of I don't know if it's not animosity, but competitiveness would be it.
Yeah, you want.
I mean, I've read that Roman and Braun they're pretty good friends, and you can see that's probably why they can beat the hell out of each other with chairs and whatever,
Right.
and they're like, dude, let's go.
Edge and Christian will tell you that when you're fighting one of your best friends, you hit them harder.
Yeah.
Than you would somebody who's not your friend because there's a trust thing there. Yeah. All right.
Well, and that's what with Austin and Rock was the same thing. When Austin was about dead going into that WrestleMania match, he knew Rock would take care of him.
But those three...
and it can also have the opposite effect,
right.
too, if you think about Matt Hardy and Edge. The real hatred there bled through on screen.
Yeah.
And you could feel it.
And Edge
you
was
knew
the
what
most
going
hated.
on,
Edge was the most hated man on the planet.
An added element of tension to those matches.
Yeah, right. Oh man, you made me forget. It doesn't matter.
Sorry, man.
No, it's all good. Triple H, Rock, and Austin, they didn't like each other for a long time.
Right, and I think that was the competitiveness of it. I don't think they just didn't like each other, but they all wanted that spot.
Right. Mm-hmm. There's only one spot, and it was Austin's. And
it was that natural competition.
Yeah. And Rock and Triple H have had a long-standing match history. Rock's first IC title match was against Triple H back when he was Rocky.
Right.
But yeah. Other match I liked, I didn't like the ending, but it told a decent story up till the end. Brock and Joe. It was a decent match because Joe looked strong up until the ending. And it was kind of the first, I shouldn't say the first time, Cena and other guys, Triple H, have gone toe to toe with Brock for a while, but this wasn't long enough for me.
No, that was my problem with it. 7 minutes.
Same here, dude.
And
The
I
7
think
minutes
Joe,
did not
Joe,
protect the finisher. That was my biggest problem with the entire
Joe
thing.
Joe looked strong for 6 minutes and 55 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he took one F5.
Yeah.
That's the part that upset me, and like I said, the not protecting the coquina clutch. Those two things prevented me from really enjoying that match, because it did start off well.
So, grade for the match, or for the card overall, Tom?
C.
C. Yes, I know you agree, but what was your grade?
C.
Stop agreeing with me and just tell me your grade.
C plus.
There you go.
You can agree with me as much as you want and throw a plus
With a
sign
minus. With a minus.
all right, joke's over. All right, C plus minus. What do you got, John?
You don't know what I'm talking about, man?
Definitely a C minus.
C minus. Yeah, C. I'll just give it an average. It was average. Only one good match for me isn't enough. I mean, it was a stacked card, I thought, too. I was really excited for
was
the show.
a stacked card. I think the problem with it was that it was more of a filler. There wasn't anything real significant that happened. No titles changed. So it was just kind of like
The gap.
a card for
Yeah.
a card's sake.
Yep, get us to SummerSlam.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and everybody knew going into this main event that everybody knows the plans for Brock. And that's what bothers me with this whole Brock Lesnar as champion thing. I would have loved if they would have put the belt on Joe right now, just to say, aha, we got you.
Do you
The
remember
unpredictability.
that old storyline trope that they would throw out every so often when a wrestler got injured and they couldn't compete or defend the title for 30 days? They were removed of the title.
Yeah,
They just did that earlier this year with Naomi.
And Finn.
exactly.
They
removed it.
And
They
Finn.
removed it. They removed it from Naomi before the 30 days.
Yeah,
Right.
before, because she
Right.
wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And here you got a guy who wasn't on TV for what, 2.5 months. So
But he's
it's when they like anyway. Let's move on to the week in WWE, things that happened on Raw, mostly Raw. SmackDown wasn't bad, but I want to mostly talk about Raw and NXT this week. SmackDown saw kind of the return of AJ and Cena, but then they had to work together. It was weird.
Yawn.
Yeah.
Yawn. I didn't buy that. I don't buy that for a second. Bring back Cena, and then, okay, he's going to answer the U.S. Championship challenge, and now he's going to team. Bringing back Cena for the fact that he's Cena, and then teaming him with a big name still just does not get Cena over for me. I'm done.
Somebody on Twitter who they're a wrestling fan, but I don't know that I don't know their wrestling knowledge enough, I guess. They're a John Cena fan, and that's okay. I don't mind that. But to tell me that AJ Styles is not good?
Oh, please.
Oh, no. You don't have to like AJ Styles because he is more often than not he's a heel.
So what are we gonna see next week? Cena in a 6-man tag teaming with AJ and Shinsuke?
Yeah,
Is that
right.
what we're gonna see?
That's what a lot of
just
this is
to
going to be
keep-
up until SummerSlam, because
Yeah.
I think a lot of these matches at SummerSlam, dude, are going to be multi-man matches.
Yeah, they're already talking about it with the women.
I think we're going to see a lot of Fatal 4-Way, Triple Threat, all that crap is going to come out at SummerSlam.
They're talking Fatal 5-Way for the Raw women.
Yeah, I read that.
And I got to be honest with you, to me that's kind of lazy.
That's really lazy. There's no story needed there. You can put the story within the match, and that's it. You don't have to set up any angles. Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
So this week we had some progression and some storylines. So let's talk about it.
We sure did.
The Hardy Boys segments. So they come out. They kind of meet Finn halfway. They're friends now. Finn Balor
It
and
was
the
a
Hardy Boys.
cool little rub.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Stay away.
Is it setting up for something in the
No. Please God, no.
future? Are you going to go through this again?
Please God, no. I don't want Finn associated with the Hardy Boys in any form or fashion. They can be friends. That's cool. That's enough.
Oh, that's not what I was saying.
Oh.
No. I was saying maybe he's going to turn on them and go join his good brothers.
Oh,
I like what you're doing there.
See, I'm okay with that because they would proceed to be beat. Thankfully, they should have been beaten because they were beat up by Gallows and Anderson, and then
Guys.
the moment of the night. I don't care what anybody says. Top guys doing top guy things. That's what they do.
come out and just lay waste to the already wasted.
That's what we do. No flips, just fists.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah. So the
Hey,
Hardy
Cody
Boys.
Rhodes, if you're listening, you want to say F the revival, shut up.
No, it's,
It's just-
F you, Cody.
I don't know who you're talking about, Tom.
You don't even
I
have
know
a
of,
last name.
I know of a Cody. I don't
Cody
know.
Reynolds, Cody, whatever your name is.
Just Cody. Just Cody. The
Quit-
AN.
Quit butt munching the Young Bucks because you don't like the revival. Ugh.
He explained it
Revival's
recently.
best-
He
I
explained,
know, I
yeah.
read it. And I'm just still angry because to me, the revival is the best tag team in the world. I really
And it's
believe.
not like-
as
it's
far
not
as-
like the
as far as
Revival-
tag team wrestling. They are the epitome to me of old school tag team wrestling. That's why I love them.
Did I miss some kind of tweet where the Revival said we're better than the Young Bucks? Because I don't remember that.
No, they've
no,
never
no.
responded.
This seems
I'm
like
saying
it's-
I
yeah.
am the revival spokesman.
I feel like the
I'm
young,
the advocate for the revival.
I feel like the Young Bucks have come out many times and said, "Yeah, man, we want to fight everybody that think that's the best." You know, we want to go against the New Day. We want to hit up the Usos. You know, they've said it time and
Right.
again. I mean, those guys are pretty respectful as
the
heels go.
advocate of the revival, I must tell Cody to shut his yap.
Yeah, it's just Cody. All right, back to the
Just a
Hardys.
rib.
Yeah,
I don't think they don't like the guys.
No, I don't either.
honestly think that if the Young Bucks and the Revival were to have a match, it would probably be pretty freaking awesome.
I agree. Yeah,
Fantastic.
if they can
Yeah.
make the Hardys still look amazing the night before WrestleMania. I mean,
Yeah, well, exactly.
all right. So the Hardy Boys come out, do a little promo with Matt dropping some broken type words.
Broken knowledge.
Obsolete. He said it a couple times, or he said
That
once.
was
Or Jeff
Jeff
said,
actually said obsolete.
and then
yeah.
Matt would say some delightful things.
I love the one where he said, "We are beaten, bruised, and broken." And when he said broken, he kind of threw the accent in there. And broken?
Yeah, right.
It's like, oh, this guy. Here he is.
So the other day, Matt Hardy tweeted out that. Well, I'll just read it. Let me make sure I'm in order here, timeline wise, because there were like 3 updates to this story as it progressed. And this is that one. All right. So Matt tweeted, "If Ed Nordholm and Real Jeff Jarrett, these are Twitter names, don't wrap up the situation with us shortly, it's gonna get terribly nasty. We have lots to expose." That was on July 11th. And then during that same day's GFW conference call, Jeff Jarrett once again stated that the Hardys have not acquired rights to the broken gimmick from the company. It still belongs to GFW/Anthem. Moving along a day, Rebby Hardy,
There she goes.
the advocate for the Hardy Boys, apparently,
Yeah.
has struck a chord again on Twitter with some things. I'll just read her tweets. And you should follow her at Rebby Hardy for some entertainment. She said, "I'm going to have to start clarifying things by recording phone calls. Apparently, everything out of this loser's mouth is BS." And she's talking about Jared. Rebby, another tweet. "Why you lying, Jeff Jarrett?" Next one. "We had agreement terms last week. It included non-disparagement clause to the tune of $5,000 every time I, Rebby, tweets something about TNA." And she said, "I haven't said anything for weeks. Meanwhile, Jeff, Dutch, and Ed all can't seem to keep us out of their mouths. Snakes." So according to Rebby, they had agreement terms as of last week. Meaning they were close to having some kind of deal, including removing anybody from saying disparaging things. And if they did, it's $5,000 per tweet. I can't believe it was listed that way. Yeah, so let me see here. I'm just gonna read this article verbatim. We'll start. According to a report at PW Insider, it seems what Rebby is suggesting is actually true, and the two parties agreed in principle to a deal that would enable the Hardys to use the gimmick moving forward. Both sides would have then released a statement wishing each other the best in the future, and under terms of the deal, would cease publicly speaking on the matter or on each other. It is believed that Anthem was to receive some sort of payment in exchange for the trademarks. WWE was not involved in negotiations in any capacity. Hardy's lawyer is the one who drafted up the agreement and sent it to Anthem's Ed Nordholm with the expectation that it would be promptly signed, but several weeks have gone by with no response or even an indication that the deal was actually going to be signed. Reportedly, Nordholm was told at least one person, or has told at least one person, that the agreement he got was not what they had verbally agreed to, and since then, no communication has taken place. The belief is that if Nordholm does not sign the agreement, or at the very least reinitiate discussions, the Hardys' only recourse will be to file a lawsuit citing breach of contract from the Dixie Carter days. So remove Dixie Carter from ever appearing on Raw or WWE programming again, if that happens.
Wow.
Coming off of her appearance on the Kurt Angle documentary.
Yeah, it was just a documentary. They do that stuff all the time.
All of this over a gimmick.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Let's not talk about lawsuits anymore. That was a mouthful, and I'm tired. Okay, so I want to get into this real quick. What is happening with Finn Balor? They clearly do not know what they're doing with this man. Less than a year ago, he was your first Universal Champion. He gets hurt. He comes back. Obscurity. I don't have a problem with Elias Sampson whatsoever. I think he's going to be a huge heel. People hate him already. Mm-hmm. But should Finn be feuding with him? And should Booker T be talking about Finn Balor as if he's never been a champion in the company? Because he made it sound like these rookies got a lot to learn. He's talking about both of them. He wasn't talking about just Elias.
Number one, it's Booker being Booker, which is silliness. But I'm with you. I don't know what to do. What problem? Where did they lose Finn Balor? Is it because they're not using the Demon? I mean, that was supposed to be something special. In NXT, he was complete over the pay-per-view, the entrance for the Demon. Now, we've only seen the Demon one time since he's been on the main roster. Well, 2 times if you count the one time on Raw. But now, what has happened to him? I agree. Elias Sampson, I'm a big fan. I was when he was in NXT. Huge heel heat. But is this a guy you need to be working with Finn Balor? No. And Finn Balor's the one that keeps talking about the Balor Club. Is it the fans? Is that what he's talking about? They are the Balor Club?
That's what the WWE is posing it as, yes.
And I don't know, because the guy is not going to even sniff a title shot soon with the ones at the top.
Yeah, it's tough.
Because you see, the way Great Balls of Fire was booked, Joe, that would be a great matchup with Brock if you give them time to work. As much as I love Finn, against Brock, you don't even look at it and say, this is even feasible.
Yeah, I know you're not.
I know what they're going to do.
I know you're not a huge Finn Balor fan, John, but what do you think?
I think it's a case of he just doesn't fit in anywhere right now. And so I think he's got to wait his turn to kind of find a good long-term story that they can put this guy into, because he got hurt and he came back, and they really just haven't found a good spot for him yet. Yeah, I don't know if, because like you could turn him heel and he could do the Balor Club thing, but that's not necessarily going to establish a feud for him. He's got to. We've talked before about WWE and having too much talent, and I think this is a casualty or a result of that. This is what you're going to start seeing. You're going to start seeing a lot of the guys who get called up from NXT not necessarily having any direction, just because there isn't really a direction for them to go into. Like the titles situations on Raw right now, everybody's got a challenger. All the champions are set in stone for a while, you know? Like it makes more sense at this juncture for Rollins to go after the Intercontinental Championship. I like that. And, you know, unless you want to start filling in the cards with more multi-man matches, in order to get these singles feuds, you just got to have one challenger. And right now, Finn Balor does not fit in. He just doesn't have a spot. So it is what it is. I think the guy has a great future, but the problem is he is getting older. So they've got to decide if they want to do something with this guy soon. That's all I'm going to say.
I think they missed the boat. I think when he came back, you could tell that there was animosity towards Rollins with the characters, which there should have been, and they did not pursue that. I think that would have been the opportunity to turn him heel and let him do what he wants to do and run a great feud with Rollins. You don't necessarily need. You don't necessarily
Could still
need to
happen. You
involve-
could have Rollins win the Intercontinental Championship and then have Balor versus Rollins for the IC. I mean, that'd be.
You don't
awesome.
need to. You don't necessarily need to involve the club right there, but just let Balor go after him because
of
hey,
the injury.
yeah.
So what do you do? Heel face there. They're both faces at this point. You just have a couple guys who don't like each other.
Well, I mean, they don't really care about that stuff anyways, as
Not
far as
so
I'm
much.
concerned, you know. So why not?
I think that'd be a great
Be
program.
a hell of a feud, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So that means we want it. So it won't happen. Yeah.
Right. All right. Let's move forward here. I do want to talk NXT, but let's finish up with the Raw talk here, as they call it, Raw talk. Let's the segment of the week, maybe month. Joe, Brock, and Heyman and Kurt
Possibly
Angle.
segment of the year for me.
Fantastic.
That segment, why it was so good? It was so real. It was very visceral, very heated, emotion. I texted I think John when it happened. There was a moment when Joe is going after Heyman, and Brock just snapped.
Brock snapped, dude.
And just like headbutted him. Like, what? Why? It didn't make any sense. Like, I guess maybe he's pissed off. Talk to me, not to him. Tell your guy to shut up. He's talking about the Samoan dynasty and all this other crap.
Oh, dude. I replayed that segment so many times just to see that one spot.
What did he mean by that?
So
though?
awesome.
The Samoan dynasty. I was kind of confused by that. I would like Paul to explain that.
Well, he got kicked out of the Samoan tribe. Like, he doesn't really associate him, other than his name. He doesn't really associate with his
Right.
family at all.
Okay.
With the whole rock thing or
Yeah.
the whole lineage.
Right.
It's just kind of.
He was just more.
The
That was
outcast.
more of a dig towards Roman to throw Joe in with it, to include
Yeah.
Roman, where Roman was just sitting there with a deer. Like, he's like, I said it to Monroe and John. He's that timid driver trying to merge into traffic. Like,
Yeah, no, he was the puppy who lost his way
Yeah.
in that segment. Especially once
Actually,
it got
no.
off script. He was done.
I really think when it started, Roman was doing well, but when Joe came out, it kind of
Of
just
course, when it
it
started,
pushed
he
him
was
to the
doing
back.
well.
Yeah, because
Yes,
because it was
that when it was
scripted.
on script.
Yeah.
He could read what he was told by the writers.
Right.
But I
Well-
think Joe and Brock kind of took the mics and were like, "All right, let's do this." You know.
Yeah.
I think
And
Joe
that happened.
just went pure emotion. But
Reigns
Roman,
is
the
there.
best line was when he said, "I did you a favor. I took care of him, and you're never here." I was like, "Oh shit, thank you."
Not
He
just
found
that. I
somebody
like
said it.
when Joe looked at Brock and was like, "You listen to me when I'm talking to you."
Yeah.
Like, you got
Yeah.
the balls to say that to Brock Lesnar.
Oh,
Joe
it
is
was
the
awesome.
only one that can.
Yeah, exactly.
the best
It's
part to
believable.
me was when those two are going at it off script, and all Roman can do is laugh. He just laughs. He's just standing there
When
laughing.
he tries to throw his little digs in there, it's
Yeah.
like you can hardly hear him talk. He was almost afraid to speak into the microphone.
I told
Because he can sit back there and laugh and go,
No,
this
yeah,
in my pocket.
you're right. You're right. He can, and you know what he should have done that entire time when those two started going off? Fall back, lean into the corner, and just wait there like you're bored.
Yep. That's
That-
what Shawn Michaels used to do. That's what CM Punk used to do.
Yep.
You just show you don't care. These two are idiots. Let them fight it out. I'll pick up the
You
scraps.
could have looked at them at the end of that and said, "Are you two finished yet?" And that would have been great.
Right? Are you
But
guys
instead, he
done?
tried to get involved, and he sounded like he didn't belong. I mean, he
Exactly.
just didn't look like he belonged there.
No, he did not. Even when he came out, like demanding his shot, it didn't make sense to me, and I'll explain that why. Kurt Angle.
I will say the one point I'd like Brock taking the mic. He doesn't
Yes.
do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
He doesn't do it, but he did it, and I thought he did okay.
He came right out of the gate and said, "You don't deserve shit." That was great.
That was great.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Kurt
Well,
Angle.
and he cut Paul off by doing it. He's like, "Are you serious?
Right. Kurt
He doesn't
Angle.
deserve shit."
Kurt Angle legit had to stop them. Like, that was him controlling the situation.
He was breaking up a fight.
He did not know what to do. It was clear. He was as lost as Roman. But,
It's a great segment. Great.
all right. Speaking of Kurt, let's talk a little bit about the Kurt Angle, Corey Graves, mysterious caller, I love you too.
Oh boy.
The Kurt Angle, we'll call it.
Opera drama.
All right, so we're gonna find out Monday. This is another Attitude Era mystery type storyline. I hope it does not go the way of like what is it? What was the TV thing? Tom, help me out here. What did they call the TV thing whenever they show back GTV? That's it. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Or the anonymous Raw general manager, or
Vince
I don't want it.
McMahon's son.
Yeah, I don't want it to go the way of just the crappy reveals or Vince being the higher power that Undertaker was being controlled by. all that.
Yeah, he's in love with Vince. That's what it is.
But yeah, all right. So who do you think the caller is? And if it's not who you hope it is, who do you hope it is? Let's start with you, Tom.
I really don't know, but things I've been reading is that
I've been reading some weird stuff, and then John.
Dude, yeah, you scour the internet, you can find some weird theories about this one.
Because Dixie's name's been brought up.
Yeah.
Why would you bring her on TV? Because she's terrible.
Right.
And then I've even read Stephanie's name because to go back.
That's the one that makes the most sense, I think.
I mean, that does make sense because from everything I've read, he wants a match with Triple H.
Right.
So that would escalate this to another level. So.
But then you have to be careful because there's the kayfabe thing of everybody knows those two are married and this is really fake.
Right, because they've been married on screen.
Right. And I mean, they've broken up on screen, but they've, in recent history, they've been a couple, a power family, essentially.
I would hope they surprise us with this one.
A legit surprise would be great. He's gonna come out and tell us that Chad Gable is actually his son.
It's Sister Abigail. He's in love with Sister Abigail.
We don't even know who that is. All right, John, what about you?
Well,
put away your anger that they got you hooked for this storyline.
Yeah, dude. Like, I actually am kind of anticipating it, even though I know I'm going to be disappointed.
Right.
I'm almost hoping at this point, guys, that it is a joke, because I don't really want to see any kind of storyline where, Kurt Angle slept with so and so and this whole thing happened. And I don't want any of that soap opera drama. I'm almost hoping it is something stupid that they can just feed us for a week and then be done with it or something like that. I know it's not going to be, though. I think what this is, what they're going to say, because looking at everything that's happened in the past, that has involved this text message and Corey Graves and all the stuff about Father's Day, I think what's happened is they're going to say that Kurt and Stephanie had an illegitimate child before Stephanie was married to Triple H. And I think what's going to happen is, I don't know who the child is going to be, but maybe like Bailey or Corey Graves is the kid.
It can't be Bailey, because they've made mention of Bailey's dad a lot, especially when she lost to Alexa in San Jose.
So yeah, I think this is going to be about Stephanie and Kurt.
Yeah,
having some sort of relationship prior to Triple H.
Sure.
The coolest part of this angle for me is it branches Corey Graves into doing something else.
Yeah.
Because Corey Graves is awesome. I could see Corey Graves I love him as an announcer. Don't get me wrong, but I would love to see him, kind of voice his own faction or something. Be that guy.
So branch him out. I don't know. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I don't. It's gonna end up being something stupid. If it ends up being like Bailey and like the third theory you told me about that's on the internet, where Corey Graves and Bailey are his illegitimate children. I'll turn it off. I'll turn it off. Like, it's so stupid, because look, as fun as that would be, those two are too old to be. Maybe not be real. Maybe not Bailey so much, but I mean, they've already
But the thing is, dude, WWE, they think we're stupid. I mean, if anything.
Look at the way that to go with John's theory, what if he does have an illegitimate child with Stephanie, and it's Chad Gable?
I've heard that rumor. I've heard that theory.
That's feasible.
Yeah, because I mean, come on.
What other reason do they have for pushing him as a single star? I mean, is Jason Jordan even hurt? Why is he not?
No, for the interview I saw with Chad Gable, it was like, we're American Alpha, we're just doing our own things, and we'll come back together when we need to. Nothing I've ever read about Jason Jordan being hurt or anything.
Maybe he's got backstage heat. I don't know. Maybe they realize what I've been saying, and he's just too green. I don't know.
See, but the whole thing for me then is, well, okay, great. So he's Kurt Angle's son. What does it do for Gable?
Well,
it's not about him.
Right,
then.
right.
I mean,
No, it's not even
I would
about.
rather, it ended up, if he's going to get in a storyline like this, why not have him wrestle Angle? Like,
Right.
hey, you're a fucking shitty dad or something, and
I've
they
heard-
get to wrestle at SummerSlam. I don't really want to see this boost.
The thing is, though, he's worried about losing his job if this comes out. If it comes out that Chad Gable's his kid, who cares? He's not going to get fired for that.
That's the other thing. Yeah.
And Chad Gable's on the other show.
Right,
so...
right. He's had no interaction with him whatsoever. There's not preferential treatment, if anything. I heard one rumor that he's having an affair with Charlotte Flair, and that it's going to spark a Flair thing, and that the texts are coming from drunk Ric Flair. I thought that was awesome. Great theory. Not going to happen, but still a funny theory.
I think it's got to be Stephanie.
It's Noelle Foley. He's having an affair with Noelle Foley, and then Kurt's going to feud with Mick.
He's going to come out Monday night. Woo! Kurt, by God, Angle.
Oh man, if there's a good payoff and it works, I'm all for it. But
but what is a good payoff here?
Right, I can't even think of one. And I mean, that's a good thing. If they thought of something we can't think of and it works,
I know, right?
Awesome. But what's the more likely scenario? It's gonna fail.
It's gonna suck. Yeah.
This is actually one of the reasons I'm not going to go play cornhole on Monday night, because I want to watch Raw just to see how this goes. I do, because Kurt has sold it so well because of him and Corey. I like what
all right,
they're
if
doing.
we're all gonna watch it, we should all watch it together.
You're probably right. Well, yeah, maybe I should live
get
stream
together for that one.
Maybe I should live stream Raw, because I was only gonna do that for pay-per-views. But maybe we should live
Let's
stream.
do it, man. I'll make the overlay and we can test it out.
All right, let's do it. Tom can join in audibly if he wants on Skype.
There you go.
All right, I need to rant. I'm gonna rant, then we'll talk about happy things in NXT, because good things are happening in NXT again. I love it. It's a good feeling. Okay. So what is the first go-to excuse that the higher ups? I'm sorry, I'm hiccuping a lot. Excuse me, guys. The first go-to excuse for WWE officials, Triple H, Road Dogg, Vince, about people our age, our type of fan, complaining about guys like Roman Reigns or John Cena getting a push. It's not for us. Kids love them. We're marketing to kids. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
They buy the shirts. They buy the merch. We love kids. So you can see it in all their Connor's Cure stuff. And hey, I applaud them for all of that. Kids should be a focus. Kids need people to look up to that are good heroes and good role models. I'm all for it, especially now.
No doubt.
Oh, absolutely.
And John Cena, perfect role model for a kid. I couldn't think of a better one. He's amazing. He does good things all the time. I have nothing but the utmost respect for him outside of the ring. So let me get that straight. I'm sick of him in the ring. And
I agree with you 100%. Right.
Listen, he can work. He's done a lot of great matches with guys who've probably helped him along the way, but that doesn't matter. He can wrestle. When you chant that he can't wrestle, you're wrong. But I'm tired of him. We need to move on. New generation, new guys. Goodbye, Brock. Goodbye, Cena. Goodbye, Randy. It actually makes me sad because I've liked what he's been doing lately, but goodbye, Big Show. And we see Henry's not in the picture, so Mark Henry, goodbye. You deserved a better send-off than just fading away into obscurity.
True story.
But anyway, so their go-to is these guys are people for the kids to look up to. We're creating heroes for children. Bailey, another example. So explain to me then how your hero Roman Reigns kills a man or tries to kill a man in an ambulance. And then you want him to justifiably be entered into the Universal Championship picture for losing his match and attempting murder.
Yeah.
What? Are you kidding? You want us to buy this? Roman Reigns is full on heel then. Quit messing around. He's a heel. It's over. He had tried to kill someone who came out looking like a face, by the way. Braun Strowman came
absolutely.
out. Braun Strowman came out looking like a hero.
When he comes back, there's going to be a monster pop.
Oh, he's got like 5 words he could say, right, Tom?
Absolutely.
He comes out limping, and you can say 5 things, and you can figure it out.
I'm not finished with you yet.
That's it. I'm so hoping he was hearing me in your headphones. You got anything to say?
Let me tell you a little story about Roman Reigns and the booking. You know where he should be booked? Los Angeles County Jail. Attempted murder, brother. That's called assault. And you want to cheer for him. Oh, he's a hero. He's a hero. He is a attempted murderer. I can't feel my legs.
Is that because of the beer though? Let's be real.
Maybe.
Okay.
But the painkillers are in there too.
Oh, okay.
God.
Careful,
But
careful.
you tell Roman Reigns, you tell Vince McMahon, I don't care if you back me into a truck, you run me over with the truck. I'm not finished with you yet.
Tom Strowman, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Tom.
Boy, that Roman Reigns is a heathen.
But for real, I mean it. Like, you cannot force him down everybody's throat as this hero now when he does things like that. And maybe it wasn't attempted murder. He was trying to... No, let's be real. He was trying to kill the man.
That's what he was doing.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And not only that, but, like, he looks like an incredibly sore loser.
Oh, man. And he lost...
Oh, I lost a match, so you know what? I'm going to try and kill this guy.
He got outsmarted. That's...
And then on Monday night, he wants to try to blame it on the Attitude Era.
Yeah. Oh, what a slap in the
Brock
face.
Lesnar and the what do you say? The king of hardcore, Paul Heyman. Yeah, I don't believe I've ever seen anybody back a truck into another truck with somebody in it.
Yeah. What are you now, Rikishi?
Right. I mean, they've blown up cars, but they were empty.
Yeah, they've all been empty.
Right.
And yes, ECW did some crazy stuff. Let's not be crazy. I don't want to crucify anybody or
Yeah,
anything.
they gave Mikey Whipwreck the world title.
Most of the
That was
time
crazy.
they were trying to do any crap like that, it was the heel doing it to the babyface. So in this case, it would be Roman Reigns as the heel doing it to the babyface, and they just won't take that step. You know, it's like, well, yeah, he did this, but he's Roman. You know, come on.
The Dudleys broke Beulah's neck, and people tried to kill them after the show.
Literally.
Right.
Literally, they had to be escorted out of the arena.
And she didn't even really break her neck.
And it was that was just one instance that they had to be escorted out of the arena.
It was a 3D, not even through a table. Like, we were suckers back then, but they loved
and the
her.
other thing
She
I
was
just
over.
got to say, the one thing I didn't like about that angle was when they were doing they had all these different camera angles.
Yeah.
Like they should have just had one angle so it looked more like, you know, like, oh, we really didn't expect this to happen. Instead, they like rigged cameras all over it, and it made it pretty obvious that they knew they were going to be back there. So.
Well, it just goes back to AJ throwing Shane into the window, and all of a sudden there's a camera in the car. Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Come on.
All right.
Let's go back to some reality here on these presentations. Just the camera doesn't have to be everywhere.
Let's make it simple.
That's what I'm saying.
Keep it simple, stupid.
I sometimes liked it when back in the Attitude Era, you know, not to bring that up again, but when they would just have the cameraman like running backstage, and sometimes the feed would go out. And shit, you know? That's
one cameraman.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move forward here. Let's talk about good stuff. NXT.
Yes.
Real quick, I want to say they've given Thea Trinidad a new name, Zolita Vega. I like it. I did like Thea Trinidad too, but Zolita Vega is a good name, I think. She's paired with Andrade Almas.
Andrade Cien.
Yeah, which I don't know how much. And she's like controlling him because he's a party.
Say it again, John. Say it again. That was beautiful.
Andrade Cien.
It is.
I hope she gets a good push, a good run, and a good chance. I like her a lot. I think she's a good wrestler, and we'll see.
How long do we think she sticks around?
I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna make her pay for the sins of Aries, if there are any. But apparently, he was not well liked backstage.
Yeah, that's why I ask.
Yeah. Let's talk debuts. Last night, or I should say Wednesday night, NXT debuted Bobby Fish.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know he signed, and I had read match tapings, and I had no idea he was going to be there. I forgot. And he looked good. He faced off with Aleister Black. It was a good match. I mean, this guy's won world titles everywhere.
Right.
So Bobby Fish, NXT.
Fantastic wrestler.
Yeah, good stuff.
Has a great tag team partner too.
Yes. So I'm stoked for the future of NXT right there. I mean, Bobby Roode also is just cashing checks. He's making money for that company right now, and him and Roddy Strong had a huge match for the main event 2 weeks ago for the title. Love the finish.
Glorious.
Love that finish.
Glorious.
Okay. Love the finish. Love that his family was in the front row. All good things. And then they capped off 3 weeks in a row with title matches. Heavy Machinery taking on Authors of Pain. Authors of Pain would retain, of course. They kept talking repeatedly about how these guys, Heavy Machinery, weren't ready for a title match yet. And I agree. But they're over. That's a good thing. And but at the end of the match, Sanity comes out, and pages of the Book of Pain come filtering down through the air, and they're eating the pages. Oh, it was so perfect. It was so good. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I need more Sanity doing crazy stuff.
That's what I was saying. I was thinking the same thing. Sanity doing Sanity things. That's yes. Finally.
But what's weird about that is you're gonna get 2 heel tag teams, and I don't care, but it's 2 heel tag teams going at each other. But I'll be rooting for Sanity for sure. I don't know, because when the Wyatt family were down there, did they ever win the tag team titles? I don't think they did.
Yes.
Oh, they
yes,
did.
They did.
They did. Okay.
Yeah.
The future's bright in NXT, and it's not just they got a lot of tag teams now. And did you see the promo for the new tag team?
Who is it?
It was man, I can't remember their new names yet, but there was just them walking around the
I know
performance.
what you were talking about, but I can't remember their names.
It was them walking around the performance center on they were using not Skype, Snapchat, and they're walking around on Snapchat video, and the security guards are like, "Are you guys supposed to be here?" He's like, Are you supposed to be here? He's just trying to turn it around on him. Let me find out. Oh man, I forgot their tag team name.
Who is it? Or is it a couple guys we don't know who they are?
No. They're known guys. Let me find their.
Okay.
Let me find them here. I'm sorry. I apologize. Talk about Johnny Gargano returning real quick while I find it.
Oh, it was great promo. Johnny coming back and wanting to be known as Johnny Gargano again, and more importantly, Johnny Wrestling.
I really hope they find a way to get him the NXT championship so that when Tommaso Ciampa does come back, that could be a title feud, because that would be a wrestling. That'd be great for me.
For me, I don't care if the title's involved. I'm so excited to watch.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I don't care if the title is involved either. I'm just saying, ideally, I think that would be a great story for him to come back into, because Ciampa's gonna need something big when he comes back.
Oh, no doubt.
To remind fans who he is. Not that they really need that, because the NXT fan base is your hardcore fan base.
Right.
But to welcome him back to that championship scene, I think it would be poetic.
It would make sense.
I agree with you.
Because they're both going to be at the end of their NXT run at that point.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
And so it would make sense. Oh, I don't want to read. I can't believe I still haven't found it. Live results. There we go.
Trying to read those spoilers.
That's where it took me. Yeah. Let's see here. Video package. Come on. Are you kidding me?
And Johnny Gargano's wife has been billed for the women's tournament. The May Young.
That's a spoiler.
So, no, I mean it is a spoiler because they announced the roster today, but his wife is actually in it too.
That's cool. That's okay. So
sorry, I spoiled it.
The tag team name is Street Profits, and they're not a new tag team. They've been there for a while, but they're going to re-debut under this Street Profits thing. It's Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford.
That's right. I did read that.
Don't really know either of them.
I did read the taping after we talked last night. This is a little bit of spoilers, guys. They did the NXT tapings for the next couple weeks leading towards TakeOver. I don't think it goes all the way to TakeOver, but I could be wrong. Either way, we're going to kind of dig into it. So if you don't want to hear it, maybe skip ahead to 10 minutes ahead. So Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, completely over in those tapings. They're funny and they can go. So they're going to be interesting. I'm into it. Yeah. When I read that and then I saw the promo they cut, or the little vignette, it was good. It was some good stuff.
I think that's a great tag team to take the place of DIY. I mean, really, because they are over and they work.
Yeah. Vanessa Bourne made her debut to get into the Mae Young Classic. I liked her. Both these women in that match, though, Jamie Hakey and Vanessa Bourne, didn't look good. But the tapings. Hey, the floor is yours, John. Tell everybody who debuted in the tapings.
Well, one of the better junior heavyweights from New Japan and one of the better wrestlers in the history of Ring of Honor, Kyle O'Reilly, debuted. Bobby Fish's tag team partner. So it's yet to be seen if he's going to be partnering up with Fish and forming Red Dragon in NXT. But yeah, very cool news. And he's fighting friggin' Aleister Black. So, I mean, to me, that match just on paper sounds like it's going to be awesome.
Mhm.
Can't wait to see it. And I can't wait to see what they do with O'Reilly. I think he's going to be a heel, it looks like, if he's debuting against Aleister Black. So,
But then Fish, he didn't look like a heel. He was very face-like, but it's just...
I guess because it's his debut, he'll probably be pretty over with the crowd.
Oh, I didn't read about the pop. I didn't look at it, but I'm sure he got a big pop.
What I did read is that Fish came off as the heel in the match.
I didn't get that feeling. I meant Kyle O'Reilly's pop when they announced the user.
Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, let's real quick. Bobby Fish's championship runs. IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion with Kyle O'Reilly. Super Junior Tag Tournament winner with Kyle O'Reilly. 3-time ROH World Tag Team Champion with Kyle O'Reilly. 1-time ROH Television Champ. And then CPW Heavyweight Champ, HRW Tag Team Champ, NECW Heavyweight Champ. The guy's been around, and then plus Kyle O'Reilly. I don't know. Do I even need to talk about it? I got to see him live when we went to that Evolve show. It was awesome, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in the NXT. Bright future in NXT.
Let's hope so.
And then hopefully in less than a year, we'll get that Ciampa Gargano feud going.
I can't wait.
I said 10 minutes, guys.
NXT could be cooking, man.
Yeah.
We might be just one Bebe away from a great roster.
What about Future Shock?
Yep.
I'm just saying. It could happen. But yeah, I said 10 minutes for those spoilers. That was way overestimated. We're done with the spoilers. We will not.
I will say this about the spoilers. I heard that Drew McIntyre is going to get the title shot at TakeOver Brooklyn, and that's disappointing for me because I really want to see Roddy in that spot. So I'm still holding out hope that they're going to make it a triple threat because Roderick Strong is the guy I want to see take the belt off of Rude. So if it's not going to be at Brooklyn, I hope he gets another shot down the road, and he's the one that ends up dethroning the glorious Bobby Roode.
Yeah, I think it'll be a quick call up for Drew. I think he'll get the title match. They'll look good together, and then Drew gets called up, and then
You think it'll be Drew gets called up before Rude?
They may both get called up. I think it's going to be. I have a feeling it's going to be a triple threat.
I hope that's the direction they go.
Yeah,
I really do, because I'd like that match.
And then you give Strong the chance to be the face of NXT for a year as a face, and then he can face guys like EY.
Roderick Strong as champion would be. Yeah, that'd be
that's
awesome.
a good move. They're building towards it for sure. I think without a doubt that's where they're going.
Well, and then we know who's still waiting in the wings to challenge him, should he make the signing.
Yep, that's right.
Adam Cole, baby.
You had to
Got
say
the
the
shirt on
name
right now.
We were teasing it. You didn't hear us teasing it that whole time. We're trying to say it without.
You can tease it, but I'll just sell it.
We were just trying to say it without saying it.
Selling the offense.
I do want to say I want more UK wrestling stuff because there's not enough. I want more Pete Dunne.
Yeah, let's bring Pete
I want
Dunne
more-
and Tyler
you're right.
Bate and all
You are
those
absolutely
Wolfgangs back in there. Yep.
Yeah, Mark Andrews, get him in the mix. Let's go. Let's go. They did that thing at the Reading Festival or whatever, some UK festival where Mark Andrews' band was playing and he was supposed to face Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne threw him off the stage or something. Like he attacked him on stage when he was with his band, and then
Am I the only one? I mean, I know you guys love the 205 stuff, but if you could put a UK show on, I would probably watch that.
They're gonna, but don't interrupt me, man. Come on, I was in the middle of something. Yeah, no, their plan is to do, I think, like a monthly thing, with the UK UK guys.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but I think they want to film it in the UK.
I'd be all about that too.
I think they want it filmed out there, in the UK, but yeah, it's like a once a month thing, and it's the thing that's wrong with 205 Live. 205 Live needs to have the NXT feel, smaller.
I feel like if 205 Live was reduced to a network exclusive show, it would be like 15 times better.
Yeah, right.
If not more. If they got Vince McMahon's paws off of it, it would be awesome.
Yeah, yeah, totally agree. No, but Mark Andrews got attacked by Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne jumped off the stage, and then Andrews did a flip off the stage and hit him. Oh, it's good stuff, man. That's good. That's good storytelling at a concert.
We need more of that crap.
That's cross genre stuff. And they're there all weekend in their little tent, and NXT does those concerts and festivals. I think they did South by Southwest one year, or something. They did something like that, or Coachella. I have no idea. they do that.
What?
They do that stuff all the time. Anyway, we're running out of time, and I do want to get into New Japan a little bit. What do you got? What do you got for us, John?
So I previously wrote a little article on the G1 Climax 27, and this little tournament is beginning next week, and it starts with 2 huge cards headlined by 2 huge matchups. The first night being headlined by all of the A block matches. Most notably, Kota Ibushi versus Tetsuya Naito, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Zack Sabre Jr., Hiroki Goto versus Tomohiro Ishii, and Togi Makabe versus Bad Luck Fale. Those are some of the better matches from that night. Can't wait to see Ibushi and Naito. That one's going to be off the chain. And then, of course, the second night, which will be next Thursday, it's going to be Thursday morning, so we'll actually be able to run through the results of these 2 shows. But that one's going to be headlined by, and this is the match I'm looking forward to the most, almost in the whole tournament. So it's going to be Minoru Suzuki versus Kenny Omega in the main event. It's going to be off the chain. Kazuchika Okada versus Toru Yano, Sonata versus Evil, Michael Elgin versus Tama Tonga, and Juice Robinson versus Satoshi Kojima. So 2 pretty stacked cards of matches, and the G1 seems to bring out the best in all of the New Japan competitors. So I can't wait to see the first couple nights of action, and we should be back next week breaking it all down.
All right,
the people.
Yeah, sounds good. And perhaps some reaction videos or something like that on the YouTube. So take this chance right now to go to YouTube. I don't know our website, youtube.com. It's not /Ringside Geeks, as I wish it would be. But if you search for Ringside Geeks, you should find us. Subscribe. The link will be in the show notes too. I'll just throw it in the show notes. That way you can find it real nice and easy. Otherwise, it's also in our Twitter bio, or it will be by the time the show goes up. So, yeah, good stuff. We did have another whole segment to talk about, but I think we're going to hold on to it until all 4 of us are here to talk about it. We've been teasing it for a while, actually. Ring generals, we're going to talk about guys and gals who take over matches and make everybody they face look better. It's an important role, and I think it gets overlooked, so we're going to talk about it. Hopefully next week, guys. We don't have a pay-per-view to preview or review next week, but we will talk some New Japan next week for sure. We'll also talk about the fallout of the Corey Graves, Kurt Angle, Mysterious Caller, I Love You segment.
Oh, boy.
And
these are the days of our lives.
We're always looking for Adam Cole sightings, so if you see him, let us know. He's out there somewhere, hiding in the shadows.
Wait. Oh, that wasn't him. My bad.
No. And Tom Strowman. Heal up soon, buddy.
He's going to be all right. He'll be all right.
All right, Tom, social medias, how can the peoples find you and contact you?
At skiz_world.
That's right.
On the Twitter.
That's right. I hear one day Tom Strowman may take over your Twitter.
Well, he can if he wants to.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Maybe he'll live tweet
I
during
don't know
Raw.
if you'd ever get your phone back after that one.
Maybe he'll live tweet during Raw one night and talk about a Roman Reigns segment or something.
Does he clean his beard?
No, he has someone do it for him.
Oh.
Okay.
Roman's wife?
His arms are huge. You can't reach.
Roman's wife?
Oh, what did you do?
It had to be done.
Oh, boy. That was very Attitude Era of you, Dave.
I was feeling it.
Oh, man.
John, social media and everything, plug it.
Alrighty, so now both of my social medias, the Instagram and the Twitter, are both xJohnNeave. It's XJOHNNEAVE.
All right. We are Ringside Geeks on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Find us on YouTube, like and subscribe us there, please, please, please. Give us a break. We're just trying to start some stuff, some content and things like that. You got any ideas for what you want to see on YouTube? Let us know. Again, at Ringside Geeks on Twitter and Facebook. Yeah, we wish all the best to Monroe and her family, and hopefully we'll see her back here. Oh, excuse me, next week.
Yes, please. Love you.
We have a contest coming for the listeners too, as well. Correct?
What did I say we were gonna do? I remember this. What did I say we were gonna do though? Oh, yeah, we were gonna do a scorecard, right?
Right.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it
maybe for Battleground or for SummerSlam. We'll look forward to that one.
Yeah, let's do it for SummerSlam. We'll say a big one. So SummerSlam, you guys can play along with us with the scorecards, the PW scorecards, guys. Follow them on Twitter and Facebook, and you can find their scorecards. We'll make our predictions for the cards, and we'll pick. How are we gonna do this? You have to submit your card to us before the pay-per-view, so we know it's legit. Mm-hmm. And the first person who has the higher score, we'll pick boy, how are we gonna do that? Because we can't let everybody send them in, because there'll be multiple people who beat us for sure. Maybe the first person who sends one in will be the card we choose, and if you beat us, we'll get you a prize. Did I say what the prize might be?
Just say the person with the highest score overall wins the prize.
There you go. Yes, and again, forms. Pictures of your scorecard has to be submitted before the pre-show begins.
Before the show begins, correct.
Yeah, before the pre-show begins. So.
Right.
You guys send us a picture on Twitter at Ringside Geeks of that scorecard. Again, we're gonna do SummerSlam, not Takeover. SummerSlam only. And once that scorecard's released, we'll let you know on Twitter, and we'll of course, I'll put pictures of our scorecards so you can see them, and then of course we'll do that on the show, and the winner will get a prize. Any ideas? Did I say what the prize might be?
Why don't you have them on the show?
That's a pretty lofty prize.
Wow, guest appearance.
A guest appearance, and you know what? We'll send you a WWE doc of your choice on Blu-ray or DVD.
There you go.
If they win, then they must know their wrestling. So
yeah. So we'll send you. It's got to be something I can get off Amazon, of course. It can't be some crazy one that they don't print anymore. But
there you go.
Yeah. So there's the prize. We'll keep announcing it. We'll keep plugging it on the shows. But yeah. So stay tuned. And to qualify, you must be subscribed to our YouTube. Boom. That's called marketing, kids.
Done.
So, all right.
We do our best.
I mean, granted, you subscribe to us and you win, you get a couple free things. You can join us on the show, talk wrestling. Nothing wrong with that. I think it's a good prize. Good call. We
maybe sing a couple songs too. Who knows?
Tom will sing to you.
Get to talk with Tom Strowman.
I will sing. I will sing to you.
He'll sing to you.
Strowman will serenade you.
He'll serenade you.
He may.
He'll sing, and your kids can fall asleep to his voice, if you have kids. Anyway, all right, that's our show this week. Thanks, all of you, for listening. Thanks to everybody who joined me in the live stream chat. Had a blast. Made it a really good
last guy.
Except for the last guy. Made it a really good time. That last guy, man, got in my head, too. But we had a lot of fun. We're going to keep doing it. I may not be the person that should be the face of this YouTube thing, but I had fun, so I'm not going to stop. Just fight me. And there's room for everybody to do it. We can do multi-windows and all that good stuff. It'll work out.
Oh yeah, fine. Man.
So, all right, that's our show this week. Yeah, have a good week, everybody. Be good to each other. Enjoy what you enjoy. Love what you love. Don't let anybody take it away from you. And we'll talk to you next week. Say goodbye, everybody.
See ya.
Bye, everybody.